we hadn't heard Kendrick be in an actual rap battle. Not saying he couldn't do it. We never heard him in it, right?
Correct.
We've heard Drake in battles before.
Drake and Kendrick Lamar have been locked in a legendary feud for years, two hip-hop giants representing two vastly different worlds. On one side, you have Kendrick, born and raised in the gritty streets of Compton, California, shaped by the lineage of gangsta rap and the city's storied musical heritage. On the other side, there's Drake, the self-proclaimed Six God, who emerged from Toronto's multicultural hustle, blending dancehall, R&B, and hip-hop influences to craft his signature sound. Their feud has never been just about bars or flow. It's also about loyalty, identity, and, increasingly, the close-knit allies each star relies on to wage their battle. But everything changed when word got out that one of Drake's most trusted partners had made a monumental blunder, something that could tilt the balance in Kendrick's favor. According to an article in Rolling Stone, this slip-up reverberated across the hip-hop universe, shaking even the most dedicated Drake supporters. People are wondering, how did Drake let this happen? Who's behind this loyalty breach? And why does it matter so much for the state of the biggest rap rivalry in years? Get ready to dive into a drama packed with crime, intrigue, and stardom. Because if there's one thing fans have learned, it's that in the world of hip-hop feuds, you never know who you can trust. The back and forth between Drake and Kendrick Lamar has been well documented by major outlets like The Independent and GQ. Their feud has evolved from subtle lyrical jabs into a sprawling narrative with multiple players and shifting alliances. It's not just Drake versus Kendrick, it's Toronto versus Compton, personality versus authenticity, and glamour versus grit. Hip-hop insiders have often called this feud the modern reimagining of the East Coast-West Coast rivalry, but the tension is more global than ever. With social media fueling the fire, every single move, be it a cryptic tweet, an Instagram live, or a cameo in someone else's music video, adds another layer to an already complicated saga. For years, Drake's circle has remained relatively tight-lipped about their internal workings. Still, rumors began swirling when The Ringer published an extensive breakdown of Drake's inner circle, noting that there was at least one key figure who handled much of Drake's behind-the-scenes maneuvering. This individual, let's call him X for now, was credited with everything from organizing Drake's private after-parties to facilitating hush-hush collaborations and damage control whenever a controversy cropped up. An article from The Triangle alleged that X was the one who quietly managed the fiasco around Drake's surprising attempt to claim Part 6, the revered segment from Kendrick's discography. While Drake tried to spin that fiasco into a PR win, insiders say X was the real mastermind, smoothing over blowback with other artists and bloggers. But now, XXL Mag hints X may have slipped up in a big way. The rumor suggests X may have revealed top-secret info about Drake's future diss plans, or inadvertently confirmed a behind-the-scenes deal that tarnishes Drake's claim to authenticity. Some fans are calling it the biggest loyalty breach in Drake's camp since the ghostwriting allegations surfaced. While it might sound extreme to label this incident crime-related, remember that in the high-stakes world of rap feuds, loyalty breaches can feel like betrayals of the highest order. According to whispers on Reddit threads dedicated to the Drake versus Kendrick feud, this is more than just a PR mishap. There's talk of potentially leaked contract details, suspicious money transfers, or even behind-the-scenes intimidation. Some fans on Hot New Hip Hop speculated that Drake's ally might have inadvertently disclosed sensitive information to an outsider, someone connected to Kendrick, leading to a possible extortion attempt. These speculations may sound far-fetched, but let's not forget, the entertainment world has seen equally shocking real-life scenarios. If X truly slipped up by talking a little too freely, or worse, leaving a digital paper trail, it could give Kendrick's camp ammo to escalate their war of words into a strategic masterstroke. What elevates this from a mere rumor to a major scandal is who else might be involved. Drake's brand is worth hundreds of millions, with partnerships spanning clothing lines, residency gigs, and brand endorsements. One misstep can cost an entire fortune. With the feud raging, the last thing Drake needs is an internal betrayal or even a perceived betrayal. According to Billboard, tensions have already been high due to a mysterious legal dispute Drake initiated against Universal Music Group. He alleged some form of streaming manipulation benefiting Kendrick's diss tracks, a claim UMG robustly denied. If X played a part in that fiasco, say, by revealing that Drake's own streaming approach wasn't squeaky clean, this could be the final straw. The notion of Drake possibly orchestrating his own inflated streaming numbers would decimate his credibility, especially after pointing the finger at Kendrick. Though calling it a mob war might be an exaggeration, the underlying tension has a distinctly criminal edge. Hip Hop DX has chronicled the ways both Compton and Toronto have responded to the Drake-Kendrick drama. In Compton, local businesses reportedly capitalized on the Not Like Us wave by hosting events to celebrate Kendrick's anthems. Meanwhile, certain corners of Toronto's nightlife, particularly clubs under the OVO umbrella, went on the defensive, allegedly banning or boycotting any performer who even hinted at supporting Kendrick. Street-level chatter also suggests some members of Drake's extended crew aren't just music producers or stylists, but individuals with questionable backgrounds. If that's the case, then the slip-up by Drake's ally could have major ramifications, possibly prompting real-life confrontations, something neither side wants. Another key piece in this puzzle is Lil Wayne's heartbreak over not being chosen for the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans, a decision that shockingly went to Kendrick. According to The Independent, Wayne publicly claimed he was robbed of his rightful spot, implying some manipulative behind-the-scenes moves. Fans suspect that Drake, who sees Lil Wayne as both a mentor and friend, might be cooking up a plan for Wayne to share the stage or overshadow the event with a competing performance. If this rumored plan existed, perhaps X had knowledge of it, and maybe that knowledge ended up in the wrong hands. Could this be the reason behind the hush-hush vibe emanating from Drake's camp all month? Observers from Vibe say this fiasco could undermine Drake's attempts to celebrate Wayne while dethroning Kendrick. In other words, Drake might be working two angles, championing his mentor's legacy while dismantling Kendrick's momentum. So, what exactly did Drake's go-to ally do to spark such a frenzy? Was it a single text message revealed to the public? Or a hushed conversation in a club overheard by the wrong person? The rumors are swirling, with insiders posting cryptic updates. A user named Drizzy Pipeline on Reddit claims that evidence might exist, a voice memo or email chain, showing that Drake's team planned a stealth sabotage of a future Kendrick release. Some fans theorize the sabotage attempt involved paying certain venues to cancel or block promotional events tied to Kendrick's new project. However, if X messed up, perhaps by forgetting to secure the right hush money or leaving digital footprints, then the entire operation is at risk of being exposed. That's the kind of fumble that can shift public sympathy hard in Kendrick's direction. This ally fiasco not only impacts Drake's immediate circle, but also resonates in the broader context of Compton versus Toronto. Compton, as chronicled by XXL, has historically embraced a no-nonsense culture forged by gang alliances, economic struggle, and an unwavering sense of loyalty. A slip-up there isn't just a personal betrayal, it can have repercussions throughout the community. In Toronto, the vibe is cooler, more laid back, with fewer immediate repercussions for such missteps. Yet, the cultural mosaic of Toronto also means that loyalty can be more segmented and fluid. People come from all over the world, and brand loyalty often merges with self-interest. If Drake's partner lost the trust of the city's Jamaican community, or the downtown nightlife scene for instance, the ripple effects could be huge. Since the story broke, fans have been losing their minds online. Twitter hashtags like "Should Drake's partner fumble" and "Kendrick victory" were trending as users weighed in with hot takes. On Instagram, a clip from a local news broadcast in Compton showed residents celebrating the rumor, some gleefully saying that Drake's downfall was inevitable. Meanwhile, a Toronto-based influencer posted a poll asking, "Is Drizzy's empire finally showing cracks, or will the Sixth God bounce back?" The responses were evenly split, underscoring how polarizing this situation has become. Music blogs like thetriangle.org and Hot New Hip Hop have run opinion pieces describing this fiasco as the beginning of a new chapter in the Drake-Kendrick war. One blogger wrote, All it takes is one bad apple in your squad for the entire orchard to look suspect. Drake might have the hits, but does he have the loyalty? What's been striking is Drake's uncharacteristic silence on the matter. Usually quick to respond with a cryptic IG story or sly bar in a new freestyle, Drake has remained mum. That silence is deafening, leading many to suspect he's scrambling behind the scenes to contain the damage. Kendrick, for his part, seems unfazed. Fresh off the success of his new release, hailed by GQ as a masterclass in narrative control, he's been busy doing pop-up performances in Los Angeles, sometimes referencing the accidental meltdown happening in Drake's camp. During one show at a Compton community center, Kendrick joked, "We all fumble sometimes. Guess it's just how you pick up the ball that matters," sending the crowd into a frenzy. Between the rumored sabotage attempts, the botched leaks, and the legal spats against Universal Music Group, Drake appears to be juggling more problems than he can handle. The question remains, will the fiasco with his go-to partner in crime push Drake to finally meet Kendrick on the battlefield? Or is it a sign that the once mighty OVO fortress is crumbling from within? Some insiders say this might be Drake's final straw, the moment that either propels him to stage the biggest comeback of his career or watch it all go up in smoke. Others think he'll find a way to spin the narrative, possibly outing the traitor or even rewriting the story to his advantage. Still, the psychological blow can't be understated. Once trust is broken, it's hard to rebuild. How will Drake respond? Will the public revelations strain his relationship with Universal Music Group even further? And how does Lil Wayne, hurt over the Super Bowl snub, figure into all this? There are 100 questions swirling, and few answers at the moment. What's your opinion on Drake's ally fumbling the ball at such a critical moment? And do you think Drake can salvage the situation? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for the latest gossip and insider scoops in hip-hop and Hollywood. Because if we've learned one thing from this saga, it's that no empire is safe from a slip-up, and no victory is guaranteed when secrets start leaking.